So here I'm giving three choices. Okay, three choices I'm giving. You have to grade it as per your choice, which is best. Actually, there are three thing I'm showing here. Three animals are there. Which animal you grade? 1, 2, and 3. You can grade yourself and write and keep. Okay, in the last we will see whether you are graded properly or not. Okay, in the ascending order you can grade it 1, 2, and 3, which is the best one as number 1, second best, and third best. Is it clear? Okay. So again, I'm putting three rib pie area or the three meat pieces. Again, you can grade it in the decreasing order 1, 2, and 3. You judge it out. In the last, we'll discuss again. So I'm proceeding with the next one. Okay. So what is meat grading? Already we discussed this one in a previous class. Again, since there are a few new people out there, I'm just repeating it again. So meat grading is segregating, or it is a procedure for segregating based on certain expected palatability and expected yield. We are expecting certain palatability. Palatability means the color, odor, taste, texture, and all these things. And we are also expected yield. That is how much cuttability we will get, how much meat, the trimmable meat you can get. That is the yield. Okay. So what is grade? Grade denotes the degree of excellence and value of the animal. Degree of excellence and value of the animal. So that is the grade. So when you are going with the grading, certain parameters we have to take into consideration. So one is, today we will be basically discussing the yield grade. So one is the live animal grading, another is the carcass grading. There is the two gradings among the yield grade. There is live animal grading and carcass grading. So when you go with the live animal grading, what are the parameters you have to look into? One is the age. You know, as the age increases, the quality of the meat became more tougher like. Another is the sex. You know, for example, in the case of goat, if you take the male sex, meat of the male goat is better than the female. So certain breeds are there. For example, the black Bengal, if you take, it will be better breed than compared to other breeds, and the palatability and the taste and other things. Weight, then the size. Size is the framework. How huge the animal is, that is the size, and muscling, how much muscle is developed. Then we have the shape of the animal. What is the structure of the animal? Body length, hip width, height at withers, and chest girth. So these are the different parameters we will take into consideration when you are going for judging of the live animal for the meat purposes. Judging of the live animal for the meat purpose. Coming to the carcass grading, when you are doing once I talked about the live animal, next we are going with the carcass. How to grade the carcass? So in the case of carcass grading, the carcass weight is one parameter, carcass length is the next parameter, dressing percentage, color of the meat, back fat thickness, rib eye area, that is how much is the rib eye area, body wall thickness. The body wall thickness basically we see in the case of goat, then marbling, maturity, muscling, leg score, then the fat, that is kidney fat, pelvic fat, and the heart fat, and the plant striatum. So we'll be seeing all this in detail in the coming slides. The grading can be done for which species of animal? So we can do grading for the beef, lamb, pigs, and poultry. So we can follow the grading system for the beef, lamb, pigs, and poultry. So what is the purpose of grading? Why we should go for grading? See, grading is not mandatory, it is voluntary. So there is no any rules that you have to do the grading and you have to sell it. But voluntarily, you can do the grading for your own company or for your own system. So you can develop your own grading system and you can tell that for this grade, these are the qualities. So what is the advantages of doing grading? So it gives the confidence between the buyer and the seller. That is value for the money. See, for example, I say the A grade, such and such qualities are there. So it assures that if I pay this much money for the A grade, I can expect such and such quality from that product. So it creates a confidence between the buyer and the seller. For example, if you take an egg, if there is no grading system, the small egg and the big egg will be costing the same. That is what we see. When you go to the market, we find that the small egg also will be costing 3 rupees, 5 rupees. The big egg also will be having 5 rupees. So there is no value for the money. You got it? So that is what the advantages of going for grading. So it creates the confidence between the buyer and the seller. So that is the value. Okay, if I pay this much money, I will get this and such quality. Next is help in the marketing and merchandising. So what is marketing and what is merchandising? I hope you know the difference. Marketing include all advertisements and everything. Merchandising means the point of selling, how you sell that product. Okay, so it helps in marketing and merchandising. Another thing is the industry people will be knowing that they need such and such type of carcasses to provide such and such quality meat to the public. So if the carcass is graded or the animal is graded, I can assure that to the industry people that if you purchase such grade, this will be the quality of or this will be the yield of such and such animals or such group of animals. So for such group of animals, you can segregate into different groups and you can fix the rate. For this group, this is the price. For this group, this is the price. So it is help in the easy marketing and merchandising. So this is the purpose of grading. Factors based on which meat animal classified for marketing purposes. One is the kind. Kind indicates the species. So there is a class as well as kind. We'll be discussing in the next classes. Kind indicates the species. Okay. So basically, when you take the stocks, there are basically 3 types of stocks are there. One is called as a slaughter stock. Slaughter stock means the stock of animals which are ready for slaughtering. You can get the animal ready for slaughtering. And next is the feeder stock. Feeder stock, it is not ready for slaughtering. So actually what happens is they leave for the rangers and they go for those grazings. And before slaughtering, or a few days or few months before slaughtering, they'll feed the concentrates and make the animal more healthier or make it more muscling. Muscle will be developed. And it will fetch more market. So what they do is feeder stock is there. Then we have the stalker. Stalker means it not only after it leaves for we purchase for example, you take the buffalo cow, we purchase from the market, we rear it in the field or we leave in the estates, it go for those grazing. Before the slaughter, we start feeding the concentrates to convert the stalker into feeder stock. I hope you understood. Yes? So we have the 3 types of stock. Slaughter stock. Slaughter stock is ready for slaughtering. Feeder stock means after the grazings, few months of grazing, then the concentrates will be given or the grains will be given. Then it will be get converted into slaughter stock. Stalker stock means pasture, loose pasture plus the feed or the grains will be fed to the animals for the converting into the stalker stock. So coming to the federal grades for meat, there are basically 2 types of grading we follow. One is called as a quality grade and another is called as a quantity grade. So quality grade indicates the palatability characteristics. For example, the tenderness, juiciness, flavor, color, all this indicate the quality grade. Then we have the quantity grade. Quantity grade is nothing but the yield grade. How much yield you can get, or how much meat, cuttability meat, or the trimmable meat you can get, that indicates the yield grade. So yield grade we will be doing in the live animal as well as in the carcass we can do it. Quality is for the meat. After the trimming and everything, what will be the quality of that meat? Okay, that is for the quality grade. So it is based on the trimmable retail cuts that we get from the quality grades. So you can see here the quality grades estimate the tenderness. For example, if you take a fresh meat, the tenderness is the most priority we give. Then the color, juiciness, all this comes under the quality grade. Yield grade indicates how much trimmable meat you will get from that animal or from the carcass is the yield grade. So coming to the yield grade, so here I have classified into three parts, or one for the cattle, next for the pigs, and another for the goat. So coming to the cattle, so yield grade, first for the slaughter stock. Slaughter stock means ready for slaughtering. So that is what the industrial people do. They get the animal which is ready for slaughter. In that we have to see two grades. One is called as yield grade and quality grade. Then coming to the feeder stock in that basically what we will do is the frame size. Frame size means what is the length or what is the structure, structure of the animal. Another is the muscle thickness. We are not much bothered about the quality grade in the case of feeder stock, because we are going to feed them with good quality feed and convert them into the slaughter stock. So in the feeder stock and the stocker stock, we will be more concerned with the frame size and the muscle thickness. Is it clear? So here, coming to the feeder stock, so I talked about the frame size. So basically there are three frame sizes are there. So this is how, see, for different countries you can develop your own training system, or for the company you can develop as per the availability of the animals in that locality, how you can pay for that animal. So here you can see this, we can classify into three frame size. One is called as a large frame size, medium frame size, and small frame size. Large frame size, medium frame size, and small frame size. So you can see this frame size, same sizes. You can see the large one, medium, and the small. So these three ways you can classify it. Okay, even for the individual breed, you can classify it. You can develop your own grading system for the individual breed. So next is after frame size is the muscle thickness or the muscling. Muscle thickness or the muscling, you can see here, there are 4 animals and you can grade yourself. So you can see the first animal is more muscle compared to second, and second animal is more muscle compared to the subsequent third and fourth. So how you go for grading the muscles, you can see. See, in the muscle animals, generally you can see the back region or the round region. We can just see that is the most important thing that you have to look into when you are going for selecting the animal for slaughter stock. We can see, or for the feeder stock, the leg should be wide apart. So you can see the two animals. In one, the highly muscled animals, the leg is wide apart when they are standing. And in the other animal, you can see it is very narrow. So here you can get a square-like shape. In the another one, it is a triangular-like shape. Another thing that you have to look into is the round region, or the above the top, or just this region. You can see, just see my arrows. The pointer you can see, this region should be semicircle. Here you can see it is somewhat triangle. So if you keep a ring like, it should be round. So the highly muscled animal will have a round shape, but here you can see it is somewhat triangular shape. So in the next slide, it will be very clear. You can see this round shape or the semicircle. You can see So by visual examination only, you can just see that how it varies. So here it is triangular like, here it is more round in shape. Okay, this you can see when you're purchasing the animals. Again, you can see the 4 animals. See, this is more round. The first animal is having more round shape. It is comparatively less round, and you can see the leg also. So it should be almost like a rectangular shape. It is somewhat less rectangular. It is further less rectangular. It's more rectangular. It is more rectangular shape. So it is not a square or rectangular, sorry, triangular shape. It is more triangular shape. It is more triangular shape. You can see this shows the animal is not highly muscled. Okay, the same thing you can follow in the case of goat also. I will be telling that also when the goat slides come. Same thing is followed. You see that also. Okay, here you can see what are the grades. So basically, if the federal grades, there are 5 grades are there: grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, and grade 5 in the case of cattle. Okay, in the case of cattle, there are basically 5 grades: yield grades, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, and grade 5. So you can find here, it should have a thicker round. The round should be much thicker or much broader like. Plumbar cushion means this area. Okay, this area should be well developed. Then heavier muscle sirloin, fuller ribs. The ribs should be well developed. It should have, the ribs should not be that much visible, or it should not be too fatty also. I will tell you how to differentiate the fatty animals and more muscled animal also. Okay, fuller ribs and thicker chunk region. The chunk region should be thicker. So here you can see the back region. You can see grade 1, grade 2, how the shape or the size of the round region is varying. So you can see here it is more muscled comparatively less. So it goes like that. Okay, and you can see the plumbar cushion also. You can see. Okay. So these are different region. You can see there is round region. This chunk region should be well developed. The rib should be well developed. This area should be highly muscle-like. Okay. Thicker round. This round region should be well thick, and it should be parallel. That is another thing. You can see the leg. When it stands, the leg and the round region should be almost perpendicular-like. Perpendicular-like. It should not be too much bulged also. If it is too much bulged, it shows that it is partially indicate it is more fatty like. Okay. Then shorter shank should be shorter. The shank region should be shorter. So it shows that the muscle is well developed and the shank is less. And the heavier muscles, loin region should be heavily muscled. Ribs, there should be proper ribs development and thicker chunk region. So here you can see this 4 types of animals. You can see this round region and you can compare the side view also. Okay, the round is well developed. You can see the semicircle. Okay, you can see this round region is more broader compared to loin region. Okay, this also indicates that the top should be straight. You can see the ribs. You can see this animal. You see the ribs is very prominent. It is very much prominent here. You can see the back. You can see it is more triangular-like. Okay, when you see in the back, it is more triangular-like. It is not semicircle. Here you can see it is rib is also very much prominent. The rib is not full. Here see comparatively, when compared to this one, this is the ribs partially we can see it. Okay. So this is, by just seeing this help, you can say how the muscle is developed in all these 4 animals. So again, you can see here the prime choice, select, standard, utility. This all come from the meat quality. We are not bothered here. You can come with the grade quality. That is grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, and grade 5. You can see the difference in the animal. You see here, this is almost same like. You can see it's almost same level like. Here you can see the belly region or the loin region is more bulged out compared to that of the round region. So when you see from the back, the round region should be bigger compared to the loin region. So that should be seen. So now coming to the fatness, whether the animal is too fatty or not. Okay. So coming to the fatness, you can see one is the shoulder indentation. Shoulder indentation means the shoulder region and the loin region or this region The shoulder region on the loin region should be distinct. It should be distinct line. Okay, this is intention. Then you can see the clean ribs. The ribs are very, it is not too fatty like. When you touch and see, you should not feel too fatty like. Okay, we can touch, and you can see the underneath. The trim underneath, it should not be flabby like. It should not be flabby. If it is flabby, it indicates it is having more fat like. Then you can see the shallow rare flanks. Shallow rare flanks you can see. And another basic way how you can identify is that you can see on the tail region, the trim tail edge, this area will be somewhat shallow. If it is too much of fat, it will be complete tail edge you can see here. You can just see this arrows, my arrows or my pointer, you can just see it will be somewhat shallow. And another thing is coming to the brisket area. Brisket area, you can see my pointer. See, this is trim brisket. The brisket is not full. If the brisket region is full, it indicates it is more fatty animals. Okay, you can expect it to have more fat. So that is the difference you can see here. See, it is having loose underneath. The underneath will be very loose like. Okay, no shoulder intention. See, shoulder and this region is almost same like. Will not, when you touch it, you will not feel the difference. There is no differentiation or there is no sharpness. It will be always same like. You can see here. You can just see my pointer here. It will be smooth like. Okay, it will be smooth like. There is no differentiation, no shoulder intention. And you can see this, the full cord. It will be flabby like here. Okay. Then you come to the tail, fat tail edge. On the, you can just see on your right side, the lower side. You can just note my pointer. See, this will be full fat. It will be full like. Okay. There I told it will be shallow like, shallow or somewhat deep like. Here it will be almost full. So this also indicates the animal is more fatty. And coming to the brisket. The brisket you can see, it is a full brisket. It is a full brisket. Again, it indicates or it is expected to have more fat. Okay. So again, I'll go back to the previous one. You can just see the difference. See, this is less fat animal with more muscle. See the brisket region, you can see the tail edge, you can see. Here again, coming to the full fat animals, you can see the brisket is full. So I hope you got the difference. So practically you can see when you come to the department or when the animal comes, you can just examine that animal, especially the animals that come from the KLDB. Such animals you can find the difference. Okay. So that is about the live animal grading. Okay, now we are going with the carcass grading. Carcass grading of the cattle. So carcass grading, basically we use a formulation for the yield grade. So that formulation, one is we need the estimate the 12 rib fat and establish the primary yield grade. That is one step. We see the back fat. Okay, that is the. So you know that in the case of cattle there are 13 ribs. So we will be having at between the 12th and 13th ribs. I will be showing that one. Next is the rib eye area. What is rib eye area? How to calculate the rib eye area? Rib eye area, and we have to see the primary yield grade. Next is the KPH, that is the amount of kidney fat, pelvic fat, and the heart fat. So these are the basically three things that we require for estimating the carcass yield grade. One is the 12th rib fat, another is the rib eye area, and the kidney, pelvic, and the heart fat, KPH percentage. So the factors related to the retail yield is the amount of fat, muscle development, and carcass size. The factors related to retail yield is the amount of fat, muscle development, and carcass size. All these three factors will be affecting the retail cut yield or trimmable meat cuts. So coming to the amount of fat, how will you estimate the fat? So as I told you, it is, we will be cutting between the 12th and the 13th ribs. So when you cut it out, we'll be just looking for the longismus dorsi muscles or the rib eye area. So this is called as a rib eye area. Just observe this one. So this is the rib. Okay, this is the rib, and this is the longismus dorsi muscles. LD. This is the most tender muscles. So this is the rib eye area. This is called as a rib eye area. This whole red color, or you can see in the case of pigs, this is the rib eye area, and this is the back fat. This is the fat. You can see here in the case of cattle, it is having very less fat. In the case of pigs, we'll have more fat thickness. Is it clear? So where we'll measure the fat is that it is measured with, as I told you, it is animal is cut between the 12th and 13th ribs. So when you cut it out, it will be like this, 12th and 13th ribs. So this is the rib eye area. In that 3/4, at the length of 3/4 of this rib eye area, we will be measuring the fat thickness. So here you can see, for example, if I do like this, this is the rib eye area. We are measuring from here. Suppose it is 100 centimeter. You assume it as 100 centimeter. At the 75 centimeter, from this to this 75 centimeter, or from here if you measurements 25 centimeter, this is the place where we will examine the fat thickness. So you can use the scale and you can measure the fat thickness, or you can use the vernier caliper. Whatever you are having, you can measure it. So this is 3/4 of the length of the longismus dorsi muscles. In that, perpendicular to that one, we will be just examining the back fat thickness. Back fat thickness will be measured here. So you can see here, it's very clear, like, okay, between the 12th and 13th, we cut down, measure 3/4 way. This is the total area, sorry. This is the total area. In that 3/4, this is actually a pig carcass, okay. In the 3/4 area, perpendicular to that, we'll be measuring this one. So this is the back fat thickness. This is the back fat thickness. So the back fat thickness is directly correlated with the primary yield grade. The back fat thickness is primarily correlated with the yield grade. This is the exotic animals they are talking. For our own system, we can develop our own grade back fat thickness and how we can correlate it. Okay, we can do that one. So here they are taking the 0.4 as a standard, the rib fat, 0.4 as a standard. In the case of cattle, I'm talking. Okay, in the cattle it is 0.4 inch. Then the primary yield grade. For example, if you see that the 0.4 is the, when you measure it, the 0.4 is the back fat, then you can say the yield grade is 3. So for every 0.1 decrease, the yield, the primary yield grade will be 0.25 decrease. You got it? For every 0.1 back fat thickness decrease, the yield grade decreased by 0.25. So that is how they have done the grading system. So you can see here, 0 external fat is 0. Then they have put this as grade 2, 0.2, that is 2.5, 0.4, 3. So it keeps on increasing. For every 0.1 inch thickness of the fat, the grading system is increased by 0.25. So the primary yield grade, as I told you, we have 5 grades, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So in between also we can just grade it out. So by correlating the back fat thickness with that of the yield grade, you can do it. So next is coming to the rib eye area, the measurement of rib eye area. As I told you, what is muscle? Next is the rib eye area, or how the muscle. Because the rib eye area is directly proportional, or it correlates with that of the trimmable meat cuts. If the rib eye area is more, the trimmable meat cut or the cuttability will be more from the different retail cuts. So if you measure the rib eye area, we can approximately say what will be the yield of each and every cut. We can correlate that one. So the rib eye area, in the case of beef, as already we discussed, between the 12th and 13th ribs, when you cut it out, you get this rib eye area, and this area we will be measuring it using a grid. So for measuring this rib eye area, we can use a particular grid. See, this is the grid leg. Okay, we can use our own grid. We can develop our own grid. You can put a grid. I just take some papers, a transparent paper, and draw like this. Put it on the rib eye area and draw the outer border and count it number of points you are getting. So each 10 dots is equal to 1 square inch. Because it is having irregular shape, so we cannot calculate that area. So what we use is, we use a grid for that one. By measuring the number of grids, we can approximately calculate the area of the rib eye. See, sometimes you can come across such type. See, it is not full thing. So you can add this and make it as a one dot line. Is it clear? So approximately, because here 1, 2, 3, 4, you can measure it out, but when you come to this area, you cannot measure it exactly. So you can combine, approximately on seeing this itself, you can combine it and you can say, suppose you are getting 100 dot means the square inch area will be approximately 10 square inch. You got it? Suppose you are counting 100 dots here in the rib eye area. Just see here, I'm just calculating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total, we are getting some 100 dot means it is equal to 10 square inch. The rib eye area is equal to 10 square inch. Is it clear? So you can see here. So based on the rib eye area, we can say what will be the carcass weight or what will be the cuttability. Again, it will also correlate. So if the rib eye area is small, then the cuttability will be more. So no need to wait till the last. What is the cuttability? So just by grading the carcass, you can say this comes under such and such grade. This area, since it's giving only this much area, it goes under such grade. So you can find that one. Next is the third thing I talked about is the pelvic fat, kidney fat, and the heart fat. So you can use, this is the pelvic fat. You can just see my pointer. This is the pelvic fat. So this is the kidney fat, or also we call it as a lead fat. So during the slaughtering, you must have seen the pelvic fat. We can just remove that one. Just by pushing, we can just remove that one. Kidney fat, or it's also lead fat, which is found around the kidney, and the heart fat. Heart fat is, the heart is also covered by the fat. You can see around the heart region. That fat is called as a heart fat. So three things are very important when you're going with the carcass grading. One is the back fat thickness. Next is the rib eye area, and third is the KPH fat. That is pelvic fat, kidney fat, and the heart fat. So once you get all these three things, we can go with the calculation. So this, by using this calculation, this is the formulation. By using this calculation, we can find the yield grade. What category it comes like. So this is the formulation we used in the case of cattle. So anyway, I'll be sharing this PPT for you, or I'll be putting as complete. I'm recording this one, so I can share that also. So next we are going with the yield grade. You can see this 1 grade 52. So if the yield grade is shorter, see for example, the grade 1, it will give more expected yield. Grade 2 comparatively less. Grade 3 is comparatively less. So it goes, if the number is less, the yield will be more. Got it? So if I say grade, yield grade is 1, it means that it is a superior quality. We can get more cuttability from that one. So that is what I put in the next slide. See, in the numbers 1 to 5, as I told you, in the case of yield grade, there are 1 to 5. Even in between, you can put 1, 2, 2.5, like that also you can go, as I told, based on the back fat thickness. So yield grade 1 means best muscling with less amount of fat. Best muscling